What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video, and Battlefield 6 has released, and boy oh boy, is it doing numbers. Now keep in mind these are just the Steam numbers alone, and they peaked at 747, just shy of 750,000 players all time when this game released. And it's only been out for 3 days. I mean, look at these numbers right here. 324,000 players playing right now, and it's Sunday night, almost midnight, going into Monday morning. And it's had well over 300,000 players at any given time to date. And that's just, again, on the Steam charts. This isn't factoring in the console numbers at all, which I'm sure will add an enormous amount of people. Because while first-person shooters like Battlefield and Call of Duty are popular on PC, they are what I would consider legacy console releases. These are games that started their inception, started their grand popularity back when console gaming was far more popular than it is today, and PC gaming not so much. So people are used to playing them more on consoles, which means that people buy them more on consoles, I believe. And we're going to get a massive amount of numbers from those console players. So to say that this thing is a success is understating it heavily. Now, can they sustain that success? I don't know yet. I don't know what the longevity of this game is. And if they do intend to kind of stick with this model of, hey, the game kind of is the way it is, we're making it way more realistic and kind of keeping to this gritty, old school feel, and hopefully people keep coming back to that and are glued to that kind of gameplay, or if they decide to cave and do the silly skins that Call of Duty is doing. I don't really get that from them. I think they'll stick true to what they're doing until the game is deader than dead, but I don't think that will be for some time. Now, will it get closer to the 100,000 player mark as the month goes on? I think so. I think this thing will be around 100,000 players by December, but those are still healthy numbers for a game, especially considering the fact that Call of Duty, all of Call of Duty, while the beta test was happening for Black Ops 7, couldn't crack 75,000 players. And speaking of Call of Duty, the devs working on that game, well, they're kind of, how can I put this politely, shitting themselves right now. Because all their worst fears are finally coming true. The little brother of Battlefield has a very successful game, a very highly anticipated game that is doing really big numbers. Meanwhile, their game, the hype is incredibly down on it. And they are panicking so much over a Treyarch that actually makes the game for Activision Blizzard. Treyarch and whatever the other studio is, Ravenwood, Ravencock, whatever the name of it is. Those are the guys that make the actual Call of Duty games. And Treyarch, they made an announcement here that is basically them caving to the demands of long-term Call of Duty players. They state on Twitter X, open matchmaking confirmed. At launch, open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default matchmaking for Black Ops 7. Our team is committed to providing players with a more varied experience, and the beta was a valuable opportunity to test this approach. That is their very measured way of saying, hey guys, we're getting rid of skill-based matchmaking because you all said you hated it during the beta test. And when we got rid of it in Mosh Pit, you really liked it. So we're going to do the really weird thing of listening to our fans. That's right, after 6 years of people complaining and wanting to get rid of skill-based matchmaking, Treyarch has finally decided, you know what, maybe we should listen to the people on this one. Yeah, and maybe if you didn't have skill-based matchmaking the whole time, people would have liked your games more. They also state here, we've heard the community discussion around lobby disbanding, and we're focused on keeping players together from match to match more often in Black Ops 7. Today we are excited to announce we'll have persistent lobbies at launch, and we'll have more details closer to launch. So you have persistent lobbies now. You won't be going game to game with different people, which was another thing people have wanted for a long time. They also state here, it's a priority of ours to have a fair and competitive balance across all input devices at launch. We'll be sharing more about potential adjustments to rotational aim assist and aim assist strength on controller ahead of Black Ops 7's launch. So they are nerfing aim assist. That is what that means. All this is stuff people have complained about in Call of Duty for years, that they are finally deciding to cave and give to people just because their main rival made a good game. It took that. It took the prospect of little brother Battlefield beating them down so bad in the numbers that they would finally be like, okay, we're going to give you the stuff you actually want. Of course, there's a whole host of things that are still going to be in the game that are going to make it annoying. Constant weapons balance issues, movement issues, people moving around like they're Spider-Man with their slides and jumps, eventual constant hacker problems, which we already have signs that that's going to be a problem with so many people already cheating in the beta of Black Ops 7, even though they were all caught and banned according to Treyarch. And of course, there is the big problem of the silly skins, which are not going away anytime soon. They are the big moneymaker for this game, and you need all the moneymakers possible for this game, seeing that, the last one lost like $300 million in sales just by being on Game Pass, and is a big factor as to why Game Pass Ultimate is going up in price. So yeah, overall, not a good look for Call of Duty right now. I do think when Call of Duty does launch, it will eat into Battlefield's numbers slightly, if not significantly, especially doing these changes that are, quite honestly, popular. And I think that will be a real test of Battlefield's longevity. The test really is, how good is COD going to be? People, especially the journos over at IGN, are complaining that the campaign for Battlefield is dog shit and very short, which, to be honest, you're going to tell me that the campaign for any Call of Duty lately has been really long and engaging? No, I wouldn't say so. So it's really the multiplayer element that's going to be the focus battle between these two games. And I'm telling you right now, if Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has the same exact problems as Black Ops 6, even with all these promised changes and etc., people are going to walk away from it. And most likely they're going to walk back to Battlefield 6. But hey, those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.